Something a little bit different for this video. I'm going to go on site. I'm going to head to Lebanon, Pennsylvania. By the way, it is called Lebanon, not Lebanon. But I'm going to Lebanon, Pennsylvania, where New Penn was started and existed up till 2019. So let's get out of this office here and go do something a little different. Hey everybody, I am here at what was originally the headquarters for New Penn Motor Express. It's at 625 South 5th Avenue in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And since it's so close to my house, I thought I would come over here and I'm just going to drive around. This was the headquarters until 2019. And used to have a sign, up until recently they had a sign on the front of the building. Of course it's for rent. Now out back here, this is actually there's a swap truck there, but it's getting worked on. There's a shop in the back here. I assume it's getting worked on anyway. If not, I might be pulling up on something real bad. Anyway, but yeah, there's a shop out back here, and what obviously used to be, you know, the New Penn shop. And I don't know really what was around the back there. Yeah, here's the back side. Real nice building. It's for lease. Actually, there was something that's coming soon. I believe there's some kind of gym going in part of it. And looks like they rent some spots over there. The other drivers, probably what used to be the truck parking. Yeah, there's a strength conditioning thing here. But here we are, and a company that was once known as one of the best run companies. Let's go see how it looks around back. Yeah, out back here just looks like more. There's some self-storage over here to the left and a gated, at least over there to the right. But yeah, it just looks like a normal little warehouse or their shops. But yeah, let's go up front here. We'll talk about New Penn, how it started, and what happened to it. Well guys, now I'm sitting on the front steps here, and up there used to be a big New Penn sign, and there's a flagpole that probably proudly for years had an American flag on it from this wonderful all-American company. Well, let's talk about New Penn. There's a lot of information I didn't have about it, and it's because they were a pretty quiet company. They always stayed in the Northeast, and they were in the Northeast, Pennsylvania, New York, and it said all New England and part of Eastern Canada. I believe they had a terminal in Quebec. But I can tell you the company was started in 1931 during the Great Depression by Cloyd F. Erdley, E-R-D-L-E-Y, and Henry R. Arnold. And it was started right here in Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And they started the company with just $300. And they had an idea to move overnight shipments between East Pennsylvania and New York City. And apparently they were one of the first companies to decide to do this overnight on a regular basis. Of course, this was during the Great Depression, but a lot of times the worst economy is the best time to start. If you can survive, then you'll really thrive in good times. So New Penn did struggle throughout the Depression, but as they pulled through it, they learned to survive on a tight budget, which they said were values that this company kept all through the years, obviously until somebody else got their hands on them. So basically, that's all the information I have about how it started. Everything I've read about it says that basically they kept quiet and, you know, worried about themselves and ran the company themselves. They did grow through a number of acquisitions, although I don't know exactly who they acquired. One of the reasons that they survived deregulation so well was because they had their niche here. Their niche. They had their niche here in Pennsylvania, Eastern Pennsylvania to New York City and beyond, but they never really expanded too far south or west. I do know that they were all over New York City. I know they had a terminal in Buffalo. At one point they had 25 terminals. But here's the downfall. New Penn was sold in 2001 along with truckload carrier Arnold Transport for $475 million to Roadway. Apparently that wasn't a big problem. Apparently Roadway wanted New Penn's New England, and they wanted to keep it that way. They wanted to keep New Penn the way it was. Well, we know what happened to New Penn, or we know what happened to Roadway. Here goes on. In 2003, Yellow bought Roadway, the Grim Reaper of the trucking industry. Yellow bought Roadway, which included New Penn and Canadian company Penn Motor Express. Yeah. So Yellow decided to put New Penn into its YRC regional division, which also included the USF companies. I did the story on Holland. I'll put it up here if you didn't see it. You can also look through. This is actually going on a playlist called Companies Ruined by Yellow, because that's exactly what it is, and there's so many of them. This is just one of many great companies started by good men and ruined by the Yellow company. Anyway, in 2019, Yellow closed this office here in Lebanon, and for the first time in 88 years, New Penn was not a Lebanon, PA company anymore. In fact, it wasn't even a Pennsylvania company anymore. Apparently, in their grand wisdom, keeping this New England company running, or this Pennsylvania to New York to all over New England company running, apparently the great wisdom behind that was, hey, let's move the offices to Canvas with Yellow. Well, slowly after that, they started moving New Penn into the whole One Yellow idea they had, you know, one of their brilliant ideas that they've had over the years. And well, we know what happened to Yellow. You know, in last year, November, I think it was November last year, September, November, December, it all carried over so much. They, Yellow claimed bankruptcy, and New Penn was another one of the companies that went down with them. So another great American company, you know, started during the Depression, you know, thrived through 2 Motor Carrier Acts. Remember, there was the Motor Carrier Act in 1932, but then there was the Motor Carrier Act in 1980. You know, so they survived being regulated and then being deregulated after getting used to being regulated. So what a shame. A company that survived all them years and was known, they have so many awards for quality service, was known for great service. It's been said many places that I read, and this isn't just by anybody, this is by organizations, saying that New Penn was one of the best managed companies and probably the best managed overnight carrier in the United States at the time. And ruined by the Grim Reaper. Bad management again. Horrible management. A company that could never sustain itself took this great company down. So, well guys, I'm sorry that was all the information I could come up with on this. It's pretty cool that I got to do it here on the spot. Right over there used to be a big New Penn sign, and I'll flash up a picture of the building when it was there. Actually, Google Maps still has the picture of this building with it on there. But again, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story, and please like and subscribe if you liked it. Comment down below. I always say I read every comment, and it's one of my favorite parts of this is reading the comments. Sometimes it takes me a little bit to respond to them, but yeah, I do get to them eventually. But hey guys, thanks a lot, and I'll catch you on the next video.